So today we will learn about fractions on a number line. So today we will learn how to label the fractions on the number line. So let's study together this example to know how to represent each fraction on the number line. Suppose that my fraction is 3 out of 5 or 3/5 and I need to know where is this fraction on the number line. The first step it will be by drawing the number line. So the first step I should draw my number line. Next, I will go and I will check or I will see what is my denominator here. As you can see here, my denominator here equal 5. What this 5 tells me? It tells me that I should divide my number line into 5 equal parts. So why I need to go and check the denominator? Because I will divide my number line according to my denominator here. So here, since my denominator equal 5, this means that this number line, it should be cut into 5 equal parts, as you can see here now. So here I have from the 0 till the first line, it will be the first part. One more step, this means that this is my second part, third part, fourth part, and 5 parts. So the distance from 0 till this line, it will show only one part. Second part, third part, fourth part, and the fifth part. Now, maybe one of you will ask me, Miss, why I have here 0 and I have here 1? I will tell you, always when you want to write or when you want to represent the fraction on the number line, you should start by 0 and you should end up with 1. Why? Because all the fractions should be more than 0 and at the same time it should be less than 1. So any fraction I have it should be between these 2 points. So you should draw your number line, then you should label the beginning point 0 and you should also label the last point by 1. Now I want to know what is or where it will be each fraction or what is the name of each part from these parts between 0 and 1 if I have 5 equal parts. Now, let's start by the first point. Here I have 0 and I am not moving yet. So this means that this point it will be 0 out of 5. Why? Because here I am still in the beginning point. I'm not moving any steps yet. Still I am in the beginning point. So the fraction here it will be 0 out of 5. Suppose now I moved one step from 0 till this line. This means that I am moving one step. One step out of how many steps? Out of 5 steps. So this means that the fraction here it should be 1 out of 5. Why 1 out of 5? Because I am moving from 0 only one step and the total number of steps I have here it is 5. So the fraction here it should be 1 out of 5. What about this fraction? I will count from 0 again. From 0 till this line. How many steps or how many distance I moved? Let's count. 1, 2. So the fraction here it should be 2 out of 5 or 2/5. Why? Because I am moving 2 steps out of 5 steps. So the next one should be 3/5 or 3 out of 5. The fourth point should be 4 out of 5 or 4/5. What about the last point? The last point it's 5 out of 5. This point it's equal 1 whole. Why? Because here I complete all the steps. So any fraction contain the same numerator and the same denominator. This means that my fraction equal 1 whole. So if I said 5 out of 5, I can say it's equal 1. Suppose, for example, I have 3 out of 3, it's also equal 1. So any fraction having the same numerator and denominator, this means that my fraction equal 1 whole. I hope so that you understand the lesson. If anything confusing, please send for me through the class dojo. I will explain it more than one time till you understand. Now let's solve together some exercises to make it more clear. Here I have this number line in question 1 and they said find the missing fractions on the number line below. So first I will study my number line. As you can see here, my number line starting by 0 and ending by 1 as we said before. Now I need to study also how many parts I have. Let's count together how many parts we have. So here as you can see we have 1 part, 2 parts, 3 parts, 4 parts, 5 parts, 6 parts and 7 parts. This means that my denominator should be equal 7 because if you remember last time we said how many parts I will cut my number line, it will be the denominator. So here my denominator equals 7. Now I need to label each point with fractions. So let's start by this fraction. Here I have 0 and here I am moving only one step. This means that the fraction here it will be 1 out of the total number of steps which I have. You remember we said it's equal 7. So this fraction it's 1/7 or 1 over 7. Here I have 2/7. Here it will be 3/7. Here 4/7. 5/7. And here I have 6/7 and till I reach 1 whole. Why here it's 1? We remember we said if I have 7 out of 7 the same numerator and denominator, this means that as if I have 1 whole. So let's go to the next exercise. Again I will go and I will study my number line. It will be started by 0 and it will be end up with 1. How many parts I have? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This means that my denominator here should be equal 5. So I will write here over 5 because the number of steps it will tell me what is my denominator. Now I finish labeling the denominator. I need to write the numerator. From 0 till here, only one step. This means that here it will be 1/5. One more step. So this means that this point equal 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, till I reach one whole here, which is equal 5/5 or 5 out of 5. Next, I have here in question 3 also the number line, and I need to label this point, so I will say I should count the number of steps 1, 2, and 3. So only we have here 3 steps. This means that my denominator equal 3. From 0 till here, only one moving or only one step. This means that it's 1 out of 3. The fourth exercise, here also I need to count again the number of steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I need to show all these points. So I know that my denominator equals 6. So I will label all the denominator on my fractions or on my points. So here I will write the denominator. Now, again, from 0 till here, I have only one step. So here 1 out of 6. 2 steps, so it becomes 2 out of 6. One more steps, this means that 3 out of 6. One more step, this means that 4 over 6. One more step, this means that 5 out of 6. Till I reach the ending point, which is 1, which is equal actually 6 out of 6. Now grade 3, I want to check your understanding, so I will give you these two worksheets. It's the same like what I gave you just now. Try to make it by yourself. Once you finish, take photo for your works and send for me through the class dojo. And the last question here, I will send you these two worksheets, don't worry. Here I have this critical thinking questions. I want you to tell me this point, which is here square, here this square represents this point. What is this point? It is 1 out of 2, or maybe 1, 2 over 3, or maybe 2/4. So I want you to choose the correct answer and also send for me your works. Good luck for all of you. I hope you understand the lesson. If anything confusing, please let me know.